So OpenLMS is the learning management system, which is used across all the academic departments of San Beda College, Alabang. So that means this is the same LMS that is used from the pre-K up to your level in the graduate school. So the higher education, which consists of the School of Law, the College of Arts and Sciences, and graduate school are joined in one portal of the OpenLMS, or the Learning Management System. So this is a cloud-based online learning solution which would assist our teachers, which would assist you students and all other support services, so that we may have an effective teaching and learning process. So this is our OpenLMS portal, and the URL is sanbeda-alabang.mrooms.net. For those who were able to register and get their enrollment validated as of our cutoff of May 13, you should have received an email with the needed details or information on how you will log into your OpenLMS. So this URL has been shared, as well as your access credentials, such as your username and your password. So how do we log into our OpenLMS? So the username is in this format, your student number, okay? And then you're given a default password. So that is shared through the email that you have received or you will be receiving. So this is the main portal. Again, it's shared by all other higher education departments, including graduate school. Okay. So just to give you an overview of what it looks like, this is the main dashboard, or the My Courses portion of the OpenLMS. So later in the demonstration, we'll be able to see, okay, and navigate through this part of the OpenLMS. And then, of course, Zoom meeting is also an important tool which we'll be using as our video conferencing platform, and is accessible through the OpenLMS Learning Management System. So this allows us to have an engagement with our professors and our classmates, so that we would feel that as if we are together in a classroom, but this time virtually, right? So Zoom meeting would be our tool for our synchronous classes with our subjects, right? So of course, who wouldn't know Zoom? So I'm sure majority of us here is already familiar with Zoom, especially that everyone is already working, right? So and as I mentioned, the Zoom meeting would be accessible, or you will be able to join the Zoom meeting through the OpenLMS. And a little later, this would also be explained on how you'll be getting an access to the Zoom meeting through the OpenLMS. Okay, so we would also like to inform everybody that OpenLMS, our learning management system, is available in a mobile app. So you can search in the App Store or the Play Store, just type in OpenLMS with a dash, or even if we don't include the dash, you'll also find this icon. So the symbol is like an infinity symbol. So just download it, and then once you have it as an app on your mobile phone, you just need to type in again the URL, yung sanbeda-alabang.mrooms.net, and log in as usual as we do when accessing through a desktop or through our laptop. Okay, so the same way, this mobile app would also be able to show us the same view, but of course in a mobile format of the subjects or the courses where you are enrolled. Okay, so as for this orientation, so it would be divided into two parts. So first, we'll have the OpenLMS orientation. We'll show how you will log in if in case we haven't tried it yet, and then we'll get some items to edit in our profile. And then we'll go to navigating our courses, the sections in our courses, how we view or see the learning resources and learning materials uploaded by our professors. And then, of course, the learning activities which will be created by our professors. So for brevity of this orientation, and we chose the most common learning activities given by the professor. So we'll be having assignment. So how do you submit an assignment? A quiz. So how do we accomplish or attempt a quiz? And then, of course, how do we join a Zoom meeting through the OpenLMS? So, and then a little later, the second part would be on Zoom orientation. So that would be care of our coordinator of the LMS, Sir J.R. Saragosa. So at this point, we'll proceed with the demonstration on how to access and navigate our OpenLMS. Okay, so let me just shift to our OpenLMS. So we'll open a new tab for that. Okay, so but before we begin, may I ask anyone, since you had already received an email from the EdTech, I think this morning. So may I ask, has anyone already tried logging into the OpenLMS? Anyone? So can we get a yes, or can you type yes in the chat box if you were able to access it? Thank you, Ma'am Rinette. So you were able to log in. Sir Marco, Miss Rhea, Ma'am Patricia, Miss Monica, Miss Madeline. Yeah, so I think all those who had received the email were already able to log in. Okay, but for the benefit of those who haven't tried yet, so we'll go to the URL sanbeda-alabang.mrooms.net, right? So again, this is our main page, and we log in either through this button or this button. Okay, so let me get my pointer so you would know where. So we can log in to this button or to the other button on the upper right. Okay, so let's try logging in now. Again, the username would be your student number. So I have an account which I'll be using for this demonstration. So, and then type in your password, right? So when you press the login button, okay, so a dialog box would say, we have to change our password. You must change your password to proceed, and this is a required event or activity. So we close this and proceed with the changing of the password. So the default password, of course, has to be defined into your own preference, right? So, yan, sige ma'am. Ma'am Liz A will attend to your concern on how to log into OpenLMS. So, if I may continue, so I'll type in my current password and type now my new password. All right. Sorry. That's it. All right. Okay. So after defining my own preferred password, so a notification tells us that password has been changed, and we just need to press the continue button. Okay. Now, when we press the continue button, the main page now has already changed because the login option is not there anymore. So what we will do now is to press on the My Courses on the upper part. Okay, the My Courses, and this is what you'll have on your view. So this panel displays the subjects in which you are enrolled in. So if you are enrolled to 3 subjects, you must be able to see through 3 tiles here. If 1, it's okay. So you'll be seeing 1 tile. Okay, and you would notice that the title of the course is there and the professor's profile is also there. So this one, the picture that you see on that small circle at the middle of the tile is your professor's profile. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we we customize our profile or we add an image specifically. So let's go to our profile, and that can be found just beneath your name on the leftmost link. So we press profile, okay? And here you'll see user details, course details, meaning these are the subjects where you are enrolled in, miscellaneous items, reports, and other information relating to the mobile app. Okay, so what we will do is to edit our profile. Okay, so when we click edit profile, you see your name is displayed, but of course you cannot change that anymore. But actually the email address can be changed or altered or updated. Okay, but by default, what we are putting is your Sanbeda email account. Yes, once you enroll to Sanbeda College Alabang, you'll get one Office 365 account. So that is the email address we're putting it by default. So if in case you would, of course, you would like to know how you would access your Office 365 account. So this can be served by sending an email to ithelpdesk@sanbeda-alabang.edu.ph. So by default, we are putting this Sanbeda email account on the email address field. Okay. And then all the other informations are your city, your country, which are already fixed. We had them set during the account creation. And what we need to do is to upload a picture. Okay, so of course, since your professor won't be meeting you every time, although you'll be meeting in the Zoom platform every Saturday, but if in case he'll be creating learning activities and checking them, so having a picture on your profile would be good, right? So let's upload a profile by dragging and dropping or uploading from that view. Again, let me repeat that. So let me just close again. So it's either you browse by you navigate, you upload a picture by pressing the plus icon, or you drag and drop, okay, from a given folder on your PC or laptop. So let's upload a picture. So this opens a dialog box allowing you to choose a file. Okay, so let me choose this photo for my dummy account. So, and then press open and upload. Right? Now you'll see that on that box, your photo has been uploaded, and we only need to press the update profile. Okay, press the update profile now. Okay, and there you go. You already have your profile photo. So those are just the two items that are most important, your photo and your email address on your profile, right? So now let's again navigate to your My Courses. Okay, just beside the profile are the following links. Okay, so you can also see your dashboard, okay, which shows a summary of the activities you have in the OpenLMS. And then you'll also see your grades, okay, if ever you already have grades under each of your subjects. So you'll have a view from there. Preferences or your personal settings on any of the following: calendar, preferred language. You can also change password here. Preferences on notifications, you can have them set here. Okay, and badges also can be given to your courses with each of the learning activities. Okay, and then of course the log out button. Okay, so on the right side of the screen, okay, are the deadlines. Okay, so the deadline shows the most current or the upcoming activities due for you. So just like for this example, John Benedict has to take a quiz later today at 7:30 p.m. Yes, we have that set right now because we wanted to try them out. Assignment is also on due. There is a research, and if you want to view more, and so these are the list of the activities that we need to comply or complete. Okay, and then we have feedback or notification messages, and if ever there would be forum post. Okay, so this is what we see on our My Courses view. Now, navigating to our courses, of course, we need to select the subject or the course and click it. Okay, so this is how each of your courses looks like. Okay, it's divided into two frames. The left side frame serves as our navigation of the sections or the topics under your subject. Your professor might divide your subject into different modules or chapters, or be it article, okay, depending on the subject. So as for this case, it's divided into modules. So we have the network management introduction section, and then all the modules are listed on the left side if we scroll it down. So module 1 up to module 10. Okay, so this navigation sections is where the learning materials and learning contents would be shared by our professor. Like for example, if we press module 1, okay, but we see a link to a recording. Okay, we also see a YouTube video which has been embedded in our OpenLMS. We can actually watch it from here. Okay, so let's try it. And so it's a video reference or given by your professor as reference. We can also see other learning materials. Okay, let me just scan through all this, images, materials, right? So if, for example, we have materials such as the following, so we will be able to identify what type of documents these are because the format is indicated on the upper left side. Right? Like for example, this is a PDF document, or probably the slides, a Word document, a URL. So let us try opening each of the following. So for a PDF, okay, if we press a PDF reference shared by our professor, it actually opened to another tab, right? Okay, so we can view it from there, and we also have the option, since it was opened by a browser as a PDF file, we can download it. Okay, as for a document, okay, going back to our course, as for a document, if in case our professor shared a document file, so when we click, that would be downloaded to your PC. Okay, so Lab 1 Packet Tracer, our example document file, is now on my downloads. Right? Sorry, it's on my download. And this one is a URL, so which means if we click this, this leads us to another URL, or in this particular example, YouTube video. Okay, right. So what else? So we'll see the learning activities such as assignment, Zoom meeting, images, okay, can also be shared here. So let's browse through some of the items which may be created and shared by your professor. A quiz can be created by your professor. Okay. Yeah, so we just navigate through the sections and see what is under that specific section on this bigger right frame, right? So that's how we get or to access the learning materials and learning content shared by a professor. Now, let's try to submit an assignment. So if, for example, our professor required us to submit a reaction paper, okay, and he created an assignment such as this one, right? So an assignment can either be a text entry submission or a specific file submission, okay? So as for this example, you would notice that the due is actually displayed here. So of course we set it to due today. So it's May 14, 2021. And the status of me as a student is not submitted yet. Okay, so how do we submit? So it's either we click any of this. So either the not submitted or the due. Okay, so both links leads to this one. Okay, so this gives you information such as the due. So the due is at 8 p.m. this evening, and I have 56 minutes remaining. Okay, so to submit an assignment, so what we just need to click add submission. Okay, this submission would allow us to upload a file. So the same as how we uploaded our photo, we click and choose file. Okay, if this is my assignment, I click open, upload, and save changes. Okay, now you'll see that I already have my assignment 1.docs submitted, and the status now is submitted for grading. So there is still, since there is still time before the due date, I'll still be able to edit and remove the submission. Okay, but again, this depends on the settings of our professor. Okay, so let's take a look at that assignment again. So this time we have already submitted, and that's the status displayed on the lower part. Okay, another activity that our professors are usually giving us is a quiz. Okay, so how do we answer a quiz created by sir or mom in our OpenLMS? So this is an example of a quiz. It's a multiple choice quiz, and the due again is displayed in the status. So I haven't attempted yet, so let's try to take the quiz. Okay, pressing the attempt quiz, you'll be given the reminders or the settings made by the professor. The attempts allowed is just one. This opens only from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Okay, so we just need to press the attempt quiz now. Okay, so we'll be able to see the questions. Okay, so this type of quiz actually has 50 multiple choice questions, and it's to display one question at a time. Okay, your professor can have the option to display 2 questions in a page, 5 questions in a page, and so on. So the quiz navigation is shown at the bottom. Yan, allowing you to see your progress of the quiz. Okay, so I'm already at number 2. So I just press the next page, answer, or you can also press the button on the quiz navigation. So press 4, answer, and when we are done, we just press the finish attempt below. Right, so click finish attempt. Okay, and this will give you a summary of all those the questions you had answered, and at the bottom, submit all and finish. Okay, submit all and finish, and you'll be reminded once you submit, you'll no longer be able to change the answers. Submit all and finish again, and so that you'll get your mark. So I get a 0. Okay, so there you go. So we were able to take our quiz number 1. So let's try to look again. So we attempted on May 14, 2021. Okay, so at this point, we have chosen assignment and quizzes as the most common learning activities required by our professors. And the last learning activity that we'll be demonstrating would be the Zoom meeting. Okay, so